Ooh, it is movie time, movie time. And if you're ready, I'm ready because I got a movie for you. Either you're gonna watch it, or either you're gonna be like, "What and am I watching?" Or you're just gonna turn it off and say, "You know what? This is not for me." Um, I will say though, it's not really a kids movie. It's not really a kids movie. It's not. So you'll probably have to put the kids to bed, or just watch it while they are at school. It's up to you. Um, and I believe it's rated PG-13. Yeah, actually, it is rated PG-13. Um, and I'm not gonna tell y'all what I think about it until the end, because because if I tell y'all what I think about it now, are you gonna want to watch it? No, you're gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna turn this off because this is dumb. Perkins already told me when it was, so should I watch the whole review? No, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about it at the end of the movie. Okay. So like I said, it's not a kids movie. PG-13. Put the kids to bed or watch it while they're at school. It's up to you. But the movie starts off with this guy. He's running through the forest. He's running through the forest. Hears some birds, and then all of a sudden he disappears into a hole. We hear some screeching noise, and then he disappears into the hole. That's it. Then this girl, then the scene, then the movie reopens up with this girl. She has to go deliver this cute little yellow bird somewhere, and so she put the bird in the car. And then she actually goes home. She goes home. She showers. She chills out with a little bit, and then finally the bird speaks to her, right? And so she was like, "Oh, I thought you didn't speak, whatever." And so finally, so the bird speaks, whatever. It was like, "Oh, hopefully you don't die," or something like that. It's weird. It's weird. Anyway, so now next day she's puts the bird in the car. She starts driving to where she's supposed to be going, and then as she's driving, her cell phone starts to go crazy. Then her radio starts to go crazy. Like the frequency wasn't matching up. So then, her car gives out. Her car gives out, and so now she has to walk. So she's not just walking through the forest, walking through the forest, and then it starts to become nighttime. And so now this lady is like, "Listen, you got 5 seconds to come inside this place." So then the girl's running with the bird. She's running with the bird. She's running with the bird. And then she goes inside this place, right? And now in this place, it's the older lady, now this girl, and then two other people. And then they were like, "Oh, you got to stand in front of the window. And then don't make a move. Don't do this. Just stay in front of the window, and then that's it, right?" And so they started. So all of them line up, whatever, right? They all line up, and so then they told the girl who had the bird, right? So the girl who had the bird, "Oh, step forward." And so then you hear like people clapping, right? You hear people clapping, and then she's like, "Oh my God, what's that?" And they're like, "Oh, that's those are the watchers, right? The watchers." But on the other side, as we don't really see nobody. Okay. And but going on throughout the movie, there's rules that these people have to follow. Like you can't turn it back. Um, you can't turn it back. You gotta be inside the place by when it becomes dark. Um, and there's other just different types of crazy rules, y'all. Crazy rules. So anyway, so so now they're really trying to explain to this girl like what's going on, what's the rules, what do you have to do, this or this. And so the girl, is kind of like a free spirit type person, right? Like do we really know what this old lady is saying is true? Do we know? Do we believe what she's saying? And so then there's just like this hole, right? There's this hole in the ground. There's a big hole in the ground. And apparently the watchers, they go down into the hole when it becomes daytime. They can't be out in daylight. So they go down to this hole. And so then in this hole is supposed to be where they are and stuff like that. And so later on in the movie, we see the girl who had the bird. She tells the one of the other people that was in the room. She tells the dude like, "Oh, tie me up, let me down. I want to check this out," because she's not really believing this old lady. She's thinking on her own. She's thinking by herself, type of thing, you know, and she's really not believing what this lady is saying is true. So she's like, all right. So he ties rope to her, and she lets her down. She goes down to the hole, and then this is a bicycle that was down there, brought it up, whatever, and then she's just looking around, and she sees different items, just different stuff and like that. And then finally, she gets brought back up. She goes back up, and then they have to go back inside. So lo and behold, right, they weren't really following the rules. So of course the watchers were getting crazy. They were getting a little buck and stuff like that. And then eventually in one scene, the boy was with one of the girls, and then he locked out the old lady and the girl with the bird. And so then it was just two of them standing in front of the window, and he was like, "Oh, they're not here. Like, you trying to get people killed around here?" So anyway, so now the watchers they all left the window, and now they all gonna go look to find where they are. But the boy finally opened the door and let the two in. But then they go down this underground sewer thing, whatever, and they find out what it's all about, because it was a doctor who was doing a study on this type of stuff, you know, because his wife was there once upon a time, and now he's trying to find a way to bring her back and everything like that. And then he tells them about the boat. There's a boat, and that's the only way of getting out. If you can reach the boat, that's your only way of getting out. And so eventually the next day, they're like, "Yo, we gotta go find this boat." And so they all run through the forest. Actually, they had the bird, the yellow bird that the girl had. They released him, and it's like, "Yo, you go and we'll follow you." So the bird flies out, and then they start following the bird, start running. They running. And so then finally they get outside of the forest. But the boy heard John's voice. Now John was the girlfriend of one of the girls that was in the room. Not the one with the bird, the other girl. And so then he thought it was John. But what happens is that what the old lady was saying was true, is that these watchers, they can morph into someone that you know. Which it kind of reminded me of the show From. But anyway, so these watchers can morph into someone that you know and play a voice, and at the end of the day could kill you. And what did they do to the boy? They killed him. And then so now these girls, they gone free and stuff like that. The old lady gone free. Then the girl who had the bird did more research on these watcher people, did more research on the doctor, did more research on stuff, and then goes to the other girl's house and was telling her, like, "Listen, so-and-so's not, that old lady that was with us. Something up with her. Something up with her. So she figured out what was the deal with this lady, right? She figured out why. She figured out why this lady is who she is, why she knows so much stuff, and this and that, right? But anyway, what did I think of the movie? I think that the movie. See, I've always wanted to watch the movie in theaters because it looked good, and I was like, this has to be good. But as I was watching the movie, I got more confused about what was going on, and yeah, it was just like, what's happening here? What's going on? And I wasn't too impressed with the movie, let me say. So what would I rate it? I'll give it about a 5. No. 5 is too high. I'll give it about a 4.5. 4.5, I would say. The creativity is, I mean, it's not really creative because we've seen other shows like this, we've seen other movies like this, so it's not really that creative. But it was a well-standing movie. It was a well-standing movie, you know. Like I said, it was a little confusing and stuff. Would I watch it again? Probably not. Probably not. I'll probably watch it again just to really watch it and to really understand what's going on. But other than that, no. So, but you take your pick and you tell me what you think. All right, later, y'all.